All right, guys. Thank you for keeping it locked. We are now back on, and we are here with the lovely, magnificent, beautiful, one of my favorite soca artists in the world, DESTRA GARCIA. I hope that's a good intro.
Yeah, it is. Can you guys hear me though?
Yes, we can hear you.
Loud and clear.
You know that I'm seeing you guys like from the side. So you can see me head on, but like, right. So I'm seeing you now looking at me.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you were seeing the triple chin. I'm so sorry. You can see
No,
the face now.
I saw nothing of the sort. I saw nothing of the sort.
All right. So, yeah, your mic is on. Everybody's mic is on. So thank you for keeping it locked, and thank you for being so patient with us. We had like some things going on in the background, but we're here now. So we're gonna kick it off immediately. So how we normally start the show, we have a game called This or That. And so we give you an option. You choose which one you prefer. If you want, you can give a backstory, or you cannot, whichever one you decide. So we're gonna start it off. The first one I'm gonna ask my question, which is KFC or Royal Castle?
You can't ask a Trini that. Because I should say Royal Castle, and my family that's probably watching are gonna say yes, say that. But the truth is, I like KFC better. So
Wow.
KFC is the boss. It's definitely the boss. Business casual or sexy?
sexy all the time, because business casual could be sexy too.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Groovy or power?
I don't know. It's a toss up. The thing is, at one point in my life, I thought that the only kind of songs I'd be able to sing were power songs. And then I made a conscious effort at Carnival to try to sing some slower ones so that I could get to breathe, right? Because I was jumping the whole set. And then I said, you know what? I need some songs like some of these artists that I could just whine to, just chip across the stage to. So now, I don't know. It just depends on where I go. I still love to have my power set, because I like the frenzy and I am the queen of Bacchanal after all. But I do like the slow set because I like to, be sexy on stage also.
Okay.
So I would have to ask this question. Big stage or doing interviews on your stage?
That's a weird one. Big stage meaning performing at a
stage,
concert.
yeah.
Versus doing
your talk show.
Woo! It's two completely different things. I love them both. And I think because we're in this restrictive era of our lives, being on television gives me that that needed release to kind of just still be in front of a camera, still be performing, because that's what it is really. I mean, I'm being my true self, but at the same time, I'm entertaining, and that's what I love. I love entertaining. So I love them both in both different capacities. I love them both.
All right. Singing or talk show?
What? That's the same question.
Okay, let me change it.
All the teeth in one another question.
Right?
Trinidad or US?
I love my country.
Of course you love your country. But as far as touring, that's why I asked you. It's like, I know you're going to pick Trinidad, but as far as touring is concerned, like, Trinidad or US? I know our people give us more love, but...
Okay, well, all right. In terms of touring, I do love to tour. And I do love meeting my fans that I see only once every year or twice, depending on the countries. So, I don't know. I've had so much of Trinidad for the last year.
Exactly. Exactly. So your answer is going to change because of that somewhat. I know you don't want to step on everybody's feelings. It's like, oh God, she chose US. She choose Trinidad.
Oh my goodness. I love my fans wherever they may be. It does not just have to be in the US. It could be anywhere.
Anywhere. Exactly.
So that's what's up. So I guess we're going to kick it off. I'm Chandy, if we didn't get to introduce ourselves. My name is Chandy. You might remember me from Julianspromos. This is Nikki G, the voice, of course. And this is our DJ Dazzle, right? So we just want to give ourselves a formal introduction there. And then we're going to kick it off. So Nikki, I want you to start it off.
All right. So we have some questions. Usually what we do besides the questions as we ask, which is this or that, we go into like the deeper questions so people will get to know DESTRA behind the scenes, not just on the stage, right? My question was, I was just about to steal your question. But
Boy, you're on a roll tonight, you know.
Because you started off with the red woman thing, so it just came to mind.
Yeah, I call police for you, bro.
So Destra, you are a wife, you're a mother, you know, of course, you know, good friends and stuff like that. How do you balance family, especially growing up in Laventille? I saw in one interview you were talking about growing up in Laventille, you know, your demeanor and all that stuff. So how do you, you know, balance everything?
How do I balance being a female?
If you want to put it like that, a female in the industry.
In the industry, okay. You just have to know what your role is and what you want, and you have to know your capabilities and also your the things that limit you also. So if you know that you can reach for the stars, reach for the stars. You know that you have responsibilities, make sure it's taken care of. A lot of people say, hey, I want to multitask. Hey, I want to do it all. But some people really can't do it all because something always suffers. What I live by is my family knows that it's one or the other at that given point. I do it all, but I don't do them all at the same time. So when I'm home being a mother or a wife or whatever, or a friend or whomever, I'm not performing at that time. So when I'm performing, I'm performing. When I'm working, I'm working. And I try to do that to the best of my ability at that time so that at any given moment, whatever I'm doing, I'm giving 100%, not half and half and half. It's always full 100.
100%. All right. That's a good answer.
So the next question I want to ask is, you know, how does it feel transitioning from performing on a big stage, as we mentioned before, and doing the talk show? I know you said it's two different kind of animals. So can you give us like a little more insight or detail as to how that goes about?
All right. So when I'm it's the same prep. It's the same prep because you have to find the right outfit, get your makeup done, get your hair done, get pretty, get cute. So that process is the same. The only difference is that there's not a big audience to have them mash up the place or do or follow commands, you know. So it's less thought. It's less of it's a no-brainer really, because you sit and you talk from your heart and you deal with issues. Your show is basically already set up before you go on, even though it's live. My sister is actually the producer of the show, so she and I would go through what we want to talk about. And then when I get on, it's like, okay, we're going to do this after. I have people talking in my ear. So that's different because nobody ever tells me, okay, jump now, wave now, tell the people get on by. It's not like that. Not that they do that in the show, but they always say, okay, we have this segment coming up. Okay, 10 minutes left, five minutes, wrap up. So it's in my ear, and I know the flow of the show because they keep giving me these prompters. But on stage, you have an hour, you do whatever you want. As long as you mash up the place, you're good to go.
That's good.
All right, cool. So my question, the world knows you as Destra, but of course you are Destra Garcia. What is something that the world does not know about Destra Garcia that exists?
Wow. Okay. The world does not know that I am deathly afraid of injections.
Oh wow.
So wait, you grew up in Laventille and all the cutlass and gunshot and all that kind of thing going on, and it's injection for it?
Not scared of that at all. I grew up hearing gunshots. I grew up seeing people. Actually, there was one time I saw a guy dead in front of my my house.
Wow.
In a pool of blood. I was quite young. So, I mean, even when I met Brian and he came to my house for the first time, there was gunshots ringing out and he just dived on the floor. And my dad looked at him like, what is wrong with you? You know? And it was so funny. But no, I really, my mom told me that since I was a baby, even when she took me to get my immunizations and stuff, I would cry at the sight of the doctor. The first time was the only time they got to vaccinate me. And then after that, I would cry just seeing somebody in a white coat. I would scream. I was petrified of it, you know. So even like when I was pregnant, to get blood drawn, that was a whole scene. To go under to put the you know how they put the catheter in your hand when you have to, you know, when I did my operation on my ankle, that was a whole other drama. So yeah, I'm scared of needles.
So you're not gonna take the vaccine anytime soon.
I'm gonna take that.
That phobia is serious.
It is a serious
It's
phobia.
I used to
would've
faint
never
at the
expected
sight of
it.
needles. I used to faint, and then I got over it eventually.
So
I
wanna,
mean, if I have to,
uh-huh.
I would. I'd suck it up, hold somebody's hand, and just
Yeah, I gotta turn my head.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the first one in line. I can tell you
Exactly.
that.
I feel you on that one. I definitely agree with that one. So I'm gonna take a question from our audience members. Bertil, who's in the Mixcloud, asks, "Who is the best collaboration you've done over the years?"
Oh my God! Don't do that to me. Each collaboration is very, very different. Yeah, but I would say, just so that I'm not gonna get in trouble with any of the guys, you know, I think collaborating with Alison and Denise was more of a sisterhood moment. I know they are not the only females I've sung with, but simply because to do that track, they both came to my house because at that time my studio was at home. And then when we got the mix and the master, we went immediately to all the media houses. It was frenzatic. It was crazy. We were on top of people's chairs and tables. So like we would go in a studio like how you all are right now, and we would just turn up your whole program, come on your microphone, and it was the three of us going everywhere. And we were in Trinidad at the time. Alison was in Trinidad. So I think that was probably one of my best sisterhood kind of collaborative moments. Whereas with the guys, it was always good. It was always nice and it was always sexy, you know, and especially to perform it. But the sisterhood moment with them, I think that makes that collaboration the best one.
That's wonderful. A lot of people went through hard times, right? Last year in 2020. So 2021, how has it been for you so far? I want to know, what formula do you have for this year, if any? Did you have any aha moments? It's like a three-part thing. And do you have any advice for artists, upcoming artists, as far as streaming, getting your music out, being, you know, not just seasonal, but always there 24/7, if you want to say it like that, or, you know.
Okay, so forget your first question, Nikki. What was the first part of the question?
Oh my God. Okay. So what is your formula? What is your formula for this year, 2021, being that last year was a difficult year for everyone? If it was not a difficult year for you, you know, you could just share that experience with us.
Okay. So as an entertainer, it would be, yes, it was a difficult year. From March, we were on lockdown. Borders were closed shortly after. We had that spike in July. Gigs were canceled because we can't leave Trinidad for a while. So it was a difficult year, but not that, I mean, it was difficult, but at the same time, what your granny would tell you, put away for a rainy day.
Exactly.
I think what she meant to say was put away for that COVID day. You know, she didn't know COVID was coming, but I guess it's the same principle, right? But last year, and it's weird saying last year because I still feel like I'm in last year. Nothing has really changed for us. You know, I still feel like I'm in last year. But this year, going into this year, I was hopeful that, you know, we would probably get that relief that we need in terms of, yes, the vaccine or the cure. I don't know. We'll see. But I do know, and I'm realistic. I'm a realistic type of person. I know that it's going to take a couple months before things could even start to seem normal, you know.
True.
So I'm looking forward, and still not looking forward to the next couple months because I know it's going to be similar to what we faced last year. However, I know that there are a lot of people that are, you know, trying to do their own thing and not just sit down and wait. Especially right now in Trinidad, it's supposed to be carnival season, so everybody's still doing recordings. People are doing their virtual stuff. A lot of people are calling about shows, but I don't know. I'm not sure I love the virtual thing because it doesn't feel the same.
It's different.
But it is probably a new reality because even going forward, I think people are still going to incorporate that virtual aspect to the live events. You know, so I'm hopeful. What's the second part of that?
You basically answered the entire thing.
I did?
It was, yeah, somewhat, because yay! I know you're smart.
So I have two questions because I know we're pressed for time, so I'm gonna put the 2
Yeah.
questions in. So I want to ask, you know, you touch base that you're not too keen on the whole virtual experience, which is understandable, and it's the new norm for lack of a better term. The question I want to ask is, you know, that you have a talk show now, can we expect you to possibly do a Destra Garcia show with friends and so forth, or nah?
A Destra Garcia show with friends, meaning what? A concert or a
Maybe a
sit-down talk show?
concert. No, not talk show. Just a whole concert, and maybe talk and sing, something to that effect.
I could see that she loves the
why
talk
not
show
talk?
now. Now that she's
Oh my
see,
God,
yeah.
I do.
You get to talk more, and you know, even though people
Yeah,
are in your ear,
I mean,
but you get to.
People always used to say, Destra, you talk too much on stage. I love to talk. I love to talk to everybody, you know? Would you see a show with all my friends? Maybe, you never know. It's just I don't know, it has to be different. It has to be different. Right now everybody's trying to create the same energy that you would get in a live event. And some people are being really creative with it, and you know, I applaud them and stuff. I just like to be different, and I don't know, we're gonna have to see. But the thing about it is, Carnival is supposed to end in 3 weeks if we were having Carnival.
Yeah.
But then we are going to be faced with the same kind of year that we had last year for at least half this year. So there's time. And yeah, maybe you'll see something like that coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my last question is this. You know, how does it feel? Like, do you think that at a certain point in time you might just retire and say, I'm not doing music anymore, I'm going to do the talk show full time when the pandemic is over?
No.
I just had to ask.
She said I was a passion.
I recorded a song last night. I'm recording one tomorrow, right? I have a couple of songs that I'm not going to release because I definitely need crowd participation for those songs. So, and I know that there are a lot of people that have music that they're like, nah, I'm not releasing this. No, I'm going to hold this back.
Yeah,
a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing that. But I do know that my fans want to hear stuff. So I'm probably going to do like more rhythm type stuff and, you know, just wait until I see some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. But what I can guarantee is that, you know, going forward, it's going to be a whole different perspective and outlook for me with the music. You know, I see a lot of people doing videos. I see a lot of people being proactive, and I love that. And it's good. But I think you see enough of me on my talk show, so you're not going to get any videos until, yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. Can we expect any upcoming projects within the next 3 to 6 months, or it's on hold?
Well, the end of the season is going to be soon because we took a break for Christmas. So we probably have 3 more weeks. It's going to end the same time as the carnival season ends. And usually for Lent, my family and I fast. So I usually lock myself out of, you know, all things. So after playing mass and behaving bad on the road, usually my family and I fast. And we kind of go into hibernation until Good Friday. So I'm going to still be doing that this year. So after that, anything can happen. Anything can happen after that.
So our producer has our producer has a question to ask you.
Sure.
What would you tell yourself from 20 years ago, knowing what you know now? If you had to go back and give yourself some advice, what would it be?
I would tell myself 20 years ago. Okay, so first of all, I'll say, listen, you're going to be a mom in 10 years. So make sure you get all the sleep that you can right now. Make sure that you do all the things you want to do that you want to do, because when you get your kid, it's going to be all about her. So, you know, and you're going to be trying hard to find time to do stuff. You're not going to be able to. There's going to be COVID. So make sure you stock up on hand sanitizers and like
toilet tissues.
Toilet tissues.
Listen, so many things have happened, you know. There's so many things, but you know what's most important? I can think back and not have a single regret of anything I've done, because it's molded me and really shaped me into who I am today. All my experiences, all my affiliations, everything, every decision, every mistake, everything. So I have no regrets. So actually, I may not tell myself anything. I'll just say, hold on tight.
Get ready for the ride. I have one more question. Ending of 2017, you had a stage accident. On your interviews, you said that the experience kind of changed you in a sense, mentally. Could you just explain to us, you know, how did it change you? And you also brought a very beautiful song called Family.
Yeah. Well, it changed me. I felt like it. You know, you never know what is gonna happen tomorrow. You don't take things for granted. When that happened to me, it was one of the worst experiences in my life. It's one of the worst pain I've ever felt, even worse than childbirth for me, you know. And I felt like, oh my God, and I had to take a lot of injections.
Oh, so you had to face it. And you ain't
hated it. I hated it so much. My ankle was in pain, but I had to get relief. I needed to take those injections, you know, and it was terrible. I felt comforted knowing that there were people around me to help me. From the time it happened to the time I had my surgery to the time that, you know, I was in recovery, I had a greater appreciation for Brian, because I mean, I couldn't even go to the shower by myself, you know, and even my daughter having to cancel. That was the first time I had to cancel gigs, apart from COVID. And that wasn't nice to see everybody else performing, doing all the stuff that I was supposed to do, and I couldn't do any of it. So it taught me to not take things for granted, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. And you just live life good every day, because it could have been worse. It could have been worse, and I didn't have to be here today, you know?
So we have last three questions. Chandy Golden Touch, Chandy Golden Touch, who's in the crowd on Julianspromos, he asked a question of, where do you see yourself with the talk show in 5 years from now?
I'm gonna be a black Oprah. Oh yeah, Oprah is black.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'm really good at it, and I never actually expected to be that good at it. In fact, the first day of the show, I was pretty nervous, and I planned it, and I was, you know. But now it's really easy because I don't need much prep. So I think I'm gonna keep doing it. I think it's gonna get better. I'm not sure the direction it's gonna be at in 5 years, but knowing myself, just as much as I like changing my hair and my clothes and looking different, it's gonna be different every single season. So that's the reason why I haven't changed my bob. Every day I do the show, I do it with the same hair, because I want it to be uniform like that. So the next season is gonna be different, and then the next season is gonna be different. Everything is gonna be different, you know?
Dazzle, you have any questions before we head out?
I mean, I had one question on a brighter note.
In your entire life, know what your question is.
No, she doesn't. All right? In your entire life, if you could relive one moment, what moment would it be and why?
If I could relive a moment?
Yeah. By the way, while you're thinking, if you decide to be the next Oprah in the next 5 years, when it's come time to give out the cars, make sure, you know, we could take each other number. I'll gladly take one, you know?
That's no problem. All right. So if I could relive a moment, I would go back to that moment just before I fell. Right? And I would live the moment where my videographer told me, Destra, be careful. The light is really bright. Get somebody to turn down those spotlights. That real dangerous, and it have no markings on the stage to show you where you're going. And I just kind of brushed it off, because in my mind, I was like, I'm a professional. I've done many shows. I've been on many stages. Nothing ever happened to me. I'm good. And I did not take into consideration that he was on stage before me, seeing, you know, what the hazard could have been. So if I could go back to that moment, I would stop and I'd say, hey, fix the stage, because that's what Sean Paul did after I fell. After I fell, Sean Paul said, I'm not coming on that stage after what happened to Destra. You all better put some tape up there. You all better put some tape up there, else I'm not coming on that stage. And that's what I should have done. So should I go, if I could go back, that's a very good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. I would go back to that moment just before it happened, so that I don't have to go through it.
I have one more question that I think some people would like to hear.
I love the answer to this one.
Some people ask us to sing.
I'll ask you after, and kind of like, you know, phase out this thing that we go through all the time. But you'll see what we mean.
On all our social media platforms, everyone has asked if you can sing a song, please. Anything. Just sing something. They are longing to hear your voice.
They don't know I don't really sing in real or what?
This is like a mini virtual.
I've seen you belt some tunes where people challenge you like early in the morning.
Yeah, I seen you do some practicing outside the doorstep in a video one time, so you know people don't really know, you know.
Well, I don't know what to sing. what do you want me to sing? I don't know.
Pick a song, Dazzle.
Why I must pick a song? You know what song this be on the top of my head?
Sing Family. Which one?
Hold on. Our producer has a song that he wants you to sing. Sing it.
Producer wants to do it.
He's blushing now.
What he said?
He had a song he was singing and I put him on the mic and now he's blushing. Sing Carnival. Carnival.
Everybody wants me to sing that song all the time.
Because we're not.
He's like passionate singing it. You should ask him to sing it with you, Destra.
Yeah, sing it with me. What Carnival?
Yes.
I have a thing that I do, Destra, where I have to get my voice cords together, right? So
you don't have time to do it right now.
Just bear with me right now. I'll do it real quick. You know, usually in the morning that's when I sing and I get my tea. I have to get my mint and my eucalyptus, so my cords could feel good. You know, so I have a little exercise, and if you want to do it with me, I'll be very happy. It goes. What
the heck is that?
So that's some of my voice exercises, right? You say, take it from deep, Destra.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
You have videos of her doing that online.
Somebody asked for Ooh La La Le.
Or Lucy. Either one.
How does that song go again? Guys, you know I have 15 albums with a song
Lucy,
that I can't remember, right?
Lucy, try Lucy.
Well, I sing that all the time, so that's fine.
That's easy.
How does that start again?
Lucy.
All alone, don't go nowhere. As soon as I was introduced to Carnival, they say I lose all down on the ground. Walking up my bottom and it dragging all over tongue and they say I lose it. Was never a partier, my school bazaar I used to go. But since I was introduced to Carnival, they say I lose. When I drop it hot and I'm whining, on the speaker box and I'm grinding. I don't want to stop when they come in.
I lose it.
I'm sweet and to say
This Carnival have me so damn loose. Get loose. Get loose.
Very nice.
Thank you so much, Destra. I hope you enjoyed this interview. We enjoyed this moment.
Of course,
you know?
It was beautiful.
Do you have any social medias you want people to look out for and where we can catch the show and all that good stuff? Because we're based in New York.
Of course. Well, you can catch the show on the page, which is at the Destra Garcia Show. It's on Instagram. You can get it on YouTube. My actual pages are just at Destra Garcia, the official Destra Garcia on Facebook. And Instagram, Twitter, it's all at Destra Garcia. It's the ones with the blue text, so you know it's me. Even though there are people trying to impersonate me right now.
We saw
if
that.
it doesn't have a blue text,
It's
not
not
me.
you.
Got it.
And one more advice. We just want an advice for all the red women out there and women who go through this red woman syndrome. Just for you to give us a quick advice before you leave.
Well, advice for the red woman, don't take them on, they're just jealous, right?
Exactly.
Preach.
We need a drum for
No,
that.
it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
It's not.
Okay? If I could bathe in chocolate, I would still be sexy.
I agree. I agree. Thank you again, Destra. You have a beautiful evening. Until Zion,
Thanks
say
for
good
having
night,
me,
right?
you guys. This is wonderful. Mwah. I
Mwah.
love you. Don't forget to check out the show.
Yes! Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, so back into the music.
That was beautiful.
That was fun.
That was
fun.
beautiful.
That was fun. Yeah, so we're going to go back into the music.